Hello crochet friends and welcome back. We're working on our market bag and I finished my bulk work. How did you do? Did it come out okay for you? I hope it did. If you're not done, no problems. Just keep working along. Today I'm going to change my color. So I'm going to fasten off on my white here. So I'm going to snip it. And I'm going to fasten it off, and I can tuck in this tail a little later on sometime, but we're going to go like this, there we go, close it off, finish that white part, because I'm going back to the mulberry, going back to this mulberry color here, because we're going to work on the top of the bag. So it's kind of big, and I don't know that I can fit this all on the screen here, but we want to, so we have the base, right? We made our nice little base here with the flat bottom on it, and I did it in the mulberry, and then we changed to the white, and now we've done a lovely job working this beautiful mesh part. I love this. I like this size a lot. Sometimes my market bag is just too big. It's just too much. And this to me is perfect because you know it's going to stretch, but it's not a giant bag that you feel like you're going to be lugging around. So I'm liking this one. I'm quite excited about it. So we're going to get ourselves started. I need to join my mulberry onto here, onto the white. So I'm going to make a loop again, and I'm going to drop my working tail behind, go inside, grab that, and pull it up on the shank of my hook. Now, I want to start on a side. So I'm kind of going with a side of my work here, and I'm just going to join in on one of my spaces. So I'm going to just pick a space here. I'm going to enter, yarn over and pull through, with my little tail there, and pull through again for a slip stitch just to join me in. All right, I am joined. Now, what we need to do here is we want to get some single crochets going. So we have a base here. So what we're going to do, and we're going to call this round 21, we're going to single crochet in each of this first stitch and then the chain space. So we're going to enter the first stitch, yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and pull through 2 for a single crochet. And then we're going to go into the space, just like we were doing with the other part of the project, single crochet. Then we're going to go in the stitch, single crochet, and then space, single crochet, and then stitch, single crochet, space, single crochet, stitch, single crochet. Okay. Now, do you see how this is working up? And what it's doing is it's giving us a foundation to work on for the rest of the top of the bag, okay? So we did the stitch, now the space. And then the stitch, and then the space. Okay, stitch. You notice we're not doing this because this is a chain, okay? So then space. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to make this even. And if you put another stitch in that and then here, it's just too much. You know what I mean? So I think this makes it lay pretty flat, and it's doing a good job. Okay, so it's the stitch, the space, stitch, and the space. All right, so we're going to do this all the way around, going back to the first stitch that we made, okay? And this is going to give us a good foundation. Like I said, this is row 21. I'm losing track. We did through 20 on the mesh part of the bag, so I think that worked out pretty. I like it a lot, and I think it's going to have some good stretch, so I think it'll be excellent. So keep going with this until we get back to the beginning and we'll join up. Here we go. Okay, that was my last one in where we joined, okay? And now I'm going to go to the first single crochet, enter, yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. Okay, there should be 80 stitches on our foundation now. Okay, so 80 ready to go back around here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to round 22. And for 22, we're gonna give it a chain one. So yarn over and pull through for a chain one. Enter the back loop of the first stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through two. Enter the back loop of the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through two. All the way around, back loop only, single crochets. That way our pattern will look the same on the top as it did at the bottom. And I think that will look pretty. It'll look uniform, right? So this is round 22. And we're just gonna keep going around like this. Beautiful back loop only, just picking up that 1/2 of the stitch, single crochets, okay? Beautiful, nice and easy. See, now that we have that foundation on there, it's going to build up, it's gonna look beautiful, but it makes it so much easier to work, doesn't it? Because it's nice and smooth. We're working in single crochets only. All right, I like that. I think it helps a lot. Now your bag is bigger. It's a little more cumbersome. You're gonna have to kind of keep turning it as you're working along here. So just take your time. Try not to twist your work too badly so that you're working in the right direction. Keep an eye on that and just go all the way around. And I'll meet you at the end. We will join and I'll show you what we're gonna work on next. Here we go. Okay, that is the end of round 22 for me. That was my last single crochet. I'm going to place my marker here and we are going to do some repeat. So remember we did the chain one at the very beginning. That was to get us high enough to start doing the single crochets. So we don't want to single crochet into that one. We're going to go into our first stitch. So for round 23, we're going to single crochet back loop only all the way around. And we're going to do this for 23, 24, and 25, okay? So a little bit of bulk homework. So I'm going to leave you with that on the last round. And I will go over it at the beginning of the next video also, just to remind you to do it. You just want to do on the last round a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Just to finish off your work there. Okay, so I just wanted you to know that's what we're doing on the very end, because once we finish this little section of bulk of back loop only single crochets for 23, 24, and 25, then we're going to start our handle. So if you want to change your color, have that ready to go, or if you want to keep it the same, either way, whatever you prefer. But we'll start our handle for our bag. We're really moving along here. So this is just a few rounds of back loop only single crochets, but it will take a little bit of time because remember there's the 80 stitches, right? We have 80 stitches and we are working in the single crochets. So nice and neat and smooth. So we're trying to make it look like the bottom of our bag. All right, so keep going with this. I'm going to leave you with this and we'll pick up together next time. We will fasten off if you haven't already with this. We will join and then we will start on our handles. Okay, I hope everybody's good. No questions or anything. I hope everything's all right. So keep trucking along with this. If you're still working on the mesh part, no big deal. I mean, just work at your own pace. It's okay. Sometimes I like to look ahead and see what it is I'm supposed to do as I'm working another part. So I understand what, no big deal. Take your time. Do what works for you, okay? And no need to rush. Not a race. Just want to perfect our work here. Make it as beautiful as possible. So, you're putting a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. So you just want it to look the best that we can, right? All right, so keep going along. I'll see you at the end of 25 when we meet up next. and then we'll start on our handles. I'll see you then. Thank you, and have a joyful day.